Hi, welcome back. Today, I finished cutting the grass outside, up top. I'll take you down to a place that I really like. Let me see here. Okay, put on the old hatteroo here and grab my can of pop. And let's go take a look. There we go. I'll give you this lawn is a friggin' killer. I can't drive up there unless I'm with the mower. But there's this little field. There's a runway going up between those trees there. There's another runway going up all the way around the outside of the garden. There's all this, all the way over there to the potato patch. Then there's the other gate that's up over there. And we call that the second gate. That's the main gate down over there. And this is Sheepy Hollow for anybody that's never been here before. I don't really do this too often, but anyway, we got a berry patch up to the right of the potato patch was there, to there, and where those wood boards are, off in the distance there, the little fencing, that's Mom's potato patch. Last year we went and cleaned all the limbs off of this thing, all the way around. There's 3, 4 big trees there, maybe 5, I don't know. And we opened it up underneath. I would love to get a tractor with a post hole digger, sink a couple of cedar poles in there, and then go cut a cedar down and cut it in half and make a couple of nice benches under there. But I'm working alone here. There's Bear. Who's underneath the stairs? That's Storm? Where's Ice? Oh, you get down, you big beast. I'm 6'2", and he can put his paws on my shoulder and look me almost in the eye. I gotta light that up. That's a bunch of brush that the wife cut over in the dog area. But you can see, look at all that. It's just beautiful. I do this all with the ride-on mower, but some of this stuff I can't get at too easily. So I'm only going up to there. It's pretty scary sometimes on that mower, especially where we're going first. So let's just go. And I haven't done any wood for a while, but I did make it so that I could drive by here. So one day soon, I'll come along here and I'll park right there, facing the new woodshed. And I'll work the pile back away from the edge here. So anyway, let's get going. The freaking black flies. We're going to stay inside the car. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, wife's been sitting in here. Seats all the way to the top. All the way. There. Okay. You'll pop down there. And here we go. Just have to turn the radio off. Okay, here we go. I broke it, damn thing. Oh well. Crap. I'm running out of them. And I'm not sure where to buy them. Okay, let's go. Yes, seatbelt. So pretty well all the trees have leaves now. To the left there's straight ahead is the lilac, that's still coming. Then there's the 5 oaks, they're still coming. But the sugar maples all have leaves on it. This is an apple tree here on the right. That's our septic field way on the right. But I forgot to come back in through here. I also mowing around my son's little tree farm there. I got another dead one to pull out. But they're all growing. They're real pretty, actually. Okay, so I mow all the way down here today. And I've got to come back and I got to keep working it because I want to be able to get the mower on the whole thing. I just went up and down the sides. Let's see if the tires are going to squish her down and see what happens. So on the way up here, our well is on the right there. That's got a cement block on a piece of plywood. It's a pressure treated box we got made last year. And our pump and whatever is down there. So that thing should last us the rest of our life. Oh no, I forgot to go down here too. Oh well. So I went and did something new this year. I haven't been here before with the mower. I tell you, that's a real hard thing to do because you're freaking sitting side saddle on the seat trying to keep the mower running, trying to keep it from tipping over. So I got to be a little more cautious. But I went around this field, so I got a little trail going all the way around. I'm going to have to try it the other way the next time. And I noticed that this tree's... Let's get the stuff that falls in your car and makes it all gunky. Oh well, don't know what it is. Maybe it's a poplar tree. This is got a bunch of apple trees in here. You're looking right at them. And what I would like to do is we're trying to get somebody to come out here and trim these apple trees up a little bit, just so that we can see if we can what we can do about seeing if we can revive them. That's a big freaking birch tree laying there. I got a lifetime's worth of work here, and I got maybe about 30% ambition, 10% finances. So it's kind of hard to get things done around here. There's next to nothing for equipment, except for that little ride-on mower and the cart, a couple of chainsaws, a hedge trimmer, and a weed whacker. And then there's a bunch of hand tools. But you need some, I mean, you don't need a skidder, and you don't need a feller and all that kind of stuff. But it would be nice to have, you know, a quad, or actually a side-by-side nowadays, with a little trailer on it that I could go in there and I could spend a day to knock a bunch of trees down, cut them to length, make them so that I could get access to them easily with the side-by-side, pull them out to the road, throw them on get them on the trailer, and bring them out to the house and cut them to, say, whatever, firewood length, whatever. There's not that many trees here, though. That's why I don't do it, actually. But if I wasn't alone, I mean, my wife, she can't do all this kind of stuff. Soon as a woman puts her hands near my hands when I've got a tool in it, somehow they get hurt. Pinch their fingers with the wrenches, because, you know, you have a guy will have to put a wrench on, a nut, but on the other side of something, like inside the box of a truck and underneath it. What's going on here? Well, you need someone to hold a wrench on the upper side as well. So when you climb underneath there, you hit her with the freaking the ratchet or even a small impact. All of a sudden their hand on the wrench there goes up against the side of the box and they're screaming bloody blue murder, and you got something going on down underneath. You're not paying attention to that. Then you come out and you see the poor little fingers are all schmacked or whatever, you know. You guys know what I mean. It's going to take a while to cool this one off. We get good at learning how to say we're sorry. Okay, so let's see what's going on down here. I need to get the mower down here. I'll tell you right now. It's not bad, but I like to keep it nicely cut down. Then it seems to kill off the weeds a little bit better. And we don't end up with, well, it looks nice. It looks like a nice lawn. Yeah, I would like to get a little tractor. Well, I'd be busy in one of them things. Something a little bit more comfortable to sit in, you know. Something that's got maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 horsepower at least. Or around that, anyway, be good enough. With one of those claws that you can use for pulling stumps out of the ground, and then maybe a winch on the back of it, a little 4x4 with the all the tires weighted down, so you could, you know, you could pull from freaking trees down here. You could do some stuff. Maybe you could hitch up a pulley and pull that rock out of the way. Or something like that, I don't know. What's going on here? The creek? No beavers since we got rid of the buggers. Holy jeez, that was a freaking, a 2-3 years ordeal. We finally got them all. Now we have traps, the proper ones that they use, the trappers all use. I think my son's got a, what do you call it? Oh, a trapping license. I don't know how that works here. It wouldn't be bad to maybe start looking to see if we could get some, remove a bunch of coyotes. Then the deer would come back. Or make a small recovery. So this here area here is called the First Landing. And we say that we just attached a bunch of names to different things so that at the house everybody knows where we're at. And some of maybe a close friend might know all this stuff. You guys are close enough for being friends if you're sitting there watching me. Yippee yappee oh. Anyway. So this here would be just down from the First Landing. And we're on the way to the Big Beaver Dam, which no longer exists either. So what probably happened was, down here where the Big Beaver Dam is, they ate everything. Then they went up the little stream there and thought, oh geez, let's plug the culvert. This guy won't mind. We'll just frickin' make a mess. Well, I did mind, actually. And they, I think the word is thwarted, all my plans. This is where the Big Beaver Dam is. And there's nothing there. It's all growing back now. Yahoo. We got a moose down here knocking frickin' trees over. these little ones here in the fall, he snaps them all in half. In the wintertime, sometimes he snaps them off and eats twigs. You might be right there, actually. What is that? As long as I keep moving and he stands there, I might be able to spot him. But there is a cow, maybe even a calf down here too now. It's too thick, can't see in there. I just like to keep the road brushed back so that I can drive down here without scratching my wife's Jeep. They say it's my wife's Jeep, it's mine. I drive out, do all the driving or whatever, but this is not something that I would have bought. This is something that I bought to make her happy. I'd rather have a pickup truck or one of those little Jeeps, but in actuality, this is a lot more comfortable than any of the things I would have picked. So now, that's the new culvert we just went over. There used to be a cedar timber bridge underneath there. We dug that up last fall. You'd have to go back in the videos to see it. And right now, I gotta move that twig forward on the left here. Be right back. I'm gonna get eaten alive out here. Yeah, that wasn't bad. My scissor warms up. There. Whew. Oh, Skittles. I forgot my drink. Okay. There we are. And coming down here with the mower really helps keep the bush back in a way. So I come down here with the hedge trimmer last year. I just got that thing last year, I think. It's come in handy. Now we used to, in the wintertime, be able to see the house from back here, so you get an idea how far away it is, you know. But the trees grew up enough that you can't see that anymore. And straight ahead, there's a real pretty little creek coming through. There's a place up on the right called Pearlie's Bog, and the bog empties down onto this creek, and it dumps into the North Forks down at the bottom of the hill, which goes into the Keswick River somewhere, and into the St. John River, into the Bay of Fundy, into the Atlantic Ocean. Just like that, tickety-boo. There's a few big trees back in here. Oh, I forgot to take a look for old Lonesome George there. I can see him off in the distance. I think that's him. It's decrepit old. He's just like an old tree, just like the old man here. Let's see. Well, I didn't eat any of my gummies. I freaked that up. That was good. My wife said these are the Skittle gummies. The darn things I like the hard Skittles because it takes a long time to eat them. But she says, gee, those gummies are soft. Cute. So anyway, this has all been logged out here before we came. So let's just say, been here almost 10 years, or owned this place almost 10 years. And he logged it a good 10 years before that. So we're getting close to 20 years as some of this brush is slowly getting bigger. If I had a thing to do, if I could come up with something that's easy to do, I could go in and thin these trees out a little bit, where if I could use the material on something. Well, can't think of anything actually. So here's the new culvert. That was about freaking $600 or so to put in. Good, it's flowing. Just keep flowing, baby. I'd like to come and get the guy with the backhoe just to dig out the ditches a little bit, but it'd probably be a waste of time, to tell you the truth. I'm hoping that the grass will grow over the culvert where we tore it all up. And I kind of cleaned it up so I can get the mower over it without making a big deal. I just got to keep off of it when it rains because it's going to be pretty soft for a while anyway, until it gets packed in. Like the little tractor it could clean up with a little bush hog on it. Then those little Ventracs, I'd like to test one of them out for a couple of years. With the mower and the little brush cutter and all that kind of stuff, I could really make this place pretty. There's a culvert right there where that brown spot is in the road. There's a creek underneath that. That looks like a bear poop up there. I'll have to investigate it a little closer. Noticed that on the way down. I sure think it is. Not getting out though. A few weeks back we seen a black bear down at the bottom of the field. He was a big bugger, and guess what I forgot? To take the game camera, because I wanted to set it up down here. I did set it up there, Tobias, but nothing came where I had it set up, except it took one picture of me. Actually, I should put it up in the dog area, so get some shots of these buggers running around at night. See what they're up to. Yeah. We should have fiddleheads down here too. Probably, but this is fiddlehead season. When the water starts to recede, these baby ferns start popping out of the ground, and when they're all coiled up, real small, they're called fiddleheads. Then they grow into a large fern, maybe 4 or 5 feet long. They just kind of keep undoing themselves, unrolling themselves. It's kind of neat, actually. Now, my son came through here with the spacing saw and thinned it out quite a bit. It doesn't look too bad, actually, in some areas. Some areas it just grew up real fast. Those are all great birches, I think. Oh well. Just got to mellow out. I was digging burdocks earlier today. That takes me about an hour. If I was a goat, it would be real handy. I go down with a bucket. This time I drug a shovel down with me, plus this little handheld weeder. It's kind of like a fork. It's I don't know how you describe it. Just like a long spike that's split at the end of it a little bit, and a handle. So you stick it down into the ground right beside where the weed is, or the burdocks, and you twist your hand and you try to break the root, and then you just pull the burdocks up, and that's the end of it, I hope. But this effort that I'm taking to get the burdocks off the property will pay dividends by the dogs not getting them in their freaking coats. Because storm, it's almost impossible to get that damn thing out. And then, well, it is impossible. You have to kind of trick him in a way that it probably hurts him. So every time he gets a burdock, he doesn't really want to come around you, especially if you got a comb or a brush in your hand or a rake. We don't brush them actually. We comb them out or rake them out. There we go. So let's have a look here. Let's see how this thing might work. There is the freaking mess that the beavers left. All those sticks all the way up there. And because it was flooded, the wind blows, and it's all soggy, the trees just can't hang on, and they just get blown over. So that's an untangled mess. The only thing you can go through there is a freaking frog and a squirrel. The big branches down there. That's a nice little brook. There is fish in it because we have a big, well, there's a nice pool on down the other side of this thing. Oh well, geez, that pisses me off. The bracket that's on the bottom of this camera holder clips into this thing. And I just broke another freaking leg off it. I suppose. I'm worried about it rattling and then going down the highway. That won't be any good. And there's lots of rocks here. Freaking banks full of them. There's trees falling all over the place. Just the natural way things go. I've still got a little time before I have to come down here with the mower. I'm trying to cut back on a lot of fuel that I have to buy to keep this place going. I go through probably a tank of gas in the mower every couple of days. And the chainsaws, they don't go through a tank of gas in a year, which is nice. I just love coming down here. It's real peaceful. Now that I've got my pal, maybe a guy could go get a hunting license or something. We'll see. I kind of like having the deer running around here, to be honest with you. Don't see them, don't see the turkeys anymore. I think the last thing we seen is the bear a couple weeks ago. I did want to get down here, and I never did do it. Oh, look, there's a tree ready to come down. That's dead. Oh well. I gotta wait maybe a bit. I want to get a cedar, one that's about 8 inches big, 8 to 10 inches. Cut it up into, I don't know, I have to measure the wagon on the cart, the mower, and then drag the whole frickin' thing up to the house, and then that's how I want to get my kindling for next year. Right now, I've still got enough for next year, but there's a tree right there, really nice. I'll think about that. It's right handy here to the road, don't have to go so far. And I know that I can put a fairly good load into the back of that cart from the mower. Which, when it's all split, it expands quite a bit, the little pieces of wood. And I can get them drying for a year inside the garage. Quite lucky right now. Because of all the mowing I had done in previous years, I know or knew where most of the stuff was that you would hit with the blades, and I fixed pretty near all of it, so I got to be careful that I don't try to bite off another great big project and then end up freaking up the blades of the mower, because it's kind of nice to have them nice and sharp right now. That's Bear up there at the top of the hill. They've got some monster holes in the side here. We got a little bit of an old wood pile up there. We're going to see if we can start throwing that in the holes. They got holes, man. I'm telling you, they got one hole. There's 2 or 3 dogs. All 3 of them could probably get in there. Oh well, it is what it is. I gotta check here too, see if I can make another outdoor coffee table for the, so when we groom the dogs on top of it. Don't worry, if you come over for a barbecue, we'll put a cloth over top of it, but don't be alarmed if a dog jumps up on top of it. Oh good, I don't have to barbecue tonight. I'm pretty well toast from today. I still got to go get some more of that burdocks dug out, and I want to start actually going around and fishing out as much as I can find. I noticed there's where I first took you down past the orchard there. There's a pile there. There's another pile here. The grass is coming in pretty good here though, so the burdocks is slowly going. What's that, a mushroom? I don't know, I think so. Maybe. And this is the first gate. So yesterday I gave you a pretty good little bit of a tour of this upper section. And then this goes with the other section, and that's the piece of property. Oh, there's more burdocks there. Oh, there's a freaking garbage can. I gotta go get it. Hang on. I forgot about it. There. Just be right back, folks. Open sesame. Alright. friggin' flies, man. Ah. Okay, let's go drop this off. What's going on here? Okay. Oh, you probably can't see the flies. But they're thick. Yeah, I don't really want to barbecue during the evening. It's nasty out there. See, I know the lift gate's open there. And I don't have a seat belt on. There's the boys. Another storm's been awful nasty. Last couple of days he's been tuning up the puppy here. The puppy's getting pretty big. There was a bit of a set to last night. Broke my wife's magazine wrap that she bought from some Indians up north. It's and then she had another native, Indian, whatever, and sorry about that. If the dogs didn't break it last night, I could have killed them. But we have an air horn that we use in the house at times, when the buggers are have a little set to. Oh yeah, let me get this. My legs are freaking chewed. So there we go. Thanks very much for coming along for the little ride. And I'm going to scratch the idea of taking the dogs for a walk. Too many bugs. So take care, and we'll see you soon.